Barry Axius, more truth than you can handle. Woo! Oh, shit. What are the Negroes going to do? The NFL, the shit is getting hot. I mean, this is so much more drama in the NFL besides just the games being played. I love it. Wow. White supremacy is being called out. It's showing its ass. The masters, because that's what they are showing they cattle, they boys, those people that they pay to play the game, who it is, who's the boss. Baby, more truth than you can handle for real. So we're going to start off with Jerry Jones. You know, he called out and said, okay, we did that kumbaya moment. Y'all Negroes is now going to sit there and make sure y'all respect the flag, you respect the national anthem, you're not going to do this kneeling, nothing. So one of the football players, a brother basically decided, since we're going to have to go ahead and go out there and respect the flag during the national anthem, I'm going to put my fist up. The brother got cut. The brother got cut. The following week, the brother got cut. But before we can even focus on that, and Cowboy Land, there the sister team, the Houston Texans, owner drops a bombshell during a time when they were talking about the protests and what they're going to do. Because remember, I told every single folk, all the folk that want to hear and listen to More Truth Than You Can Handle, and listen to other folks that was speaking truth to power and letting y'all know what this really was. This was a game changer when the owners basically stood up against Trump, because at that particular time, there was going to be mutiny, right? There's going to be mutiny on the ship. So to smooth things over, this is what they had to do. But now, it's back to business. Miami Dolphins owner, Jerry Jones, they were the first to kind of step out the way and say, hey, this is what's going on. So now, Bob McNair, the Houston Texans owner, basically says, we can't let the inmates run the prison. When will you Negroes see the reality in your face? One, this has never been about the flag or the national anthem. It's always been about oppression, police brutality, racism in America, the inequalities that black people face in America, the injustice that black Americans face every day, the racial profiling, just the blatant disrespect for people that have done so much more than so many other people give credit to on founding and building this great country. We are the stepchildren. Not even the stepchildren. We are that forgotten child that nobody wants to talk about. And here it is now. Colin Kaepernick, I salute you, my brother, because of his protest has opened up a whole mess that so many of us have predicted, because of the times and the way white supremacy has really wanted to really stand out, show out, and be about the action. Not just systematically, overtly. They want to really be in your face with, this is how we feel and this is how it's going to be. We're sick of you Negroes asking or acting as if you are equal to us. So now the bombshell of we can't let the inmates run the prison by the Houston Texans owner, Bob McNair, has now really put a direct focus on how the Texans will move from here. Now, let me go back a few years. Donald Sterling, the LA Clippers former owner, spoke some ills on his players and many players in the NBA and got ousted because of these comments. Again, recorded, something we weren't supposed to hear, but it came out. It leaked. And the players had a momentous moment to do something that was going to be unprecedented, to basically sit down and not play the game. They would have been able to boycott that game that very moment, but they chose to go ahead and protest by doing some bullshit backwards. I don't know, something that didn't have any impact. And now here we are in 2017. I was like 3 or 4 years later, we're at 2017. And now the NFL owners are acting up. But here's the thing that we all have to understand. Though he apologized, that is one of the fakest apologies ever. You don't apologize because you were wrong. You apologize because you got caught. I don't want an apology from that owner. You spoke your truth. Your reality is this is how you feel. So I'm not going to sit there and take an apology if the man spoke his truth. It's okay. I'd rather know. I don't want to be blindsided. But I think Negroes have been blindsided. And what's happened is something that I've said so many years ago. The only way we really going to make a push to ending white supremacy, only way that we're going to make a push for Negroes to really start creating their own and gaining ownership is when the Negroes who have been at the top of the echelon, at the top of the food chain for white supremacy, entertainers and sports athletes that have been getting the milk and cookies of white supremacy, being hand-fed, that the oppressor looks at as the tokens because they make millions and billions of dollars off their back, off their sweat, their tears, off their athletic talent, their God-given talents, whether it's music, whether it's rapping, whether it's singing, playing the guitar, pianos, drums, whatever, producing, whether it's throwing the ball, running the ball, dunking the ball, shooting a three, hitting a baseball, kicking a soccer ball. The Negro has made white supremacy so prominent because of the fact that we love to entertain our oppressor. Now you have it where, once again, in 2017, now with Donald Sterling, remember, we still had Obama. So Negroes can fall back on the Obama, Donald Sterling. No, America is still great. We have Obama. We're moving forward. But now we have Bob McNair saying what he's saying, and we have Trump as a president. And we all know how Trump has been moving. And a lot of white America, pro-Trump, have adopted this Trump era and made it their own as almost a revenge against the 8 years that we had a black president that didn't do anything for the black community intentionally. So now we have folks that have always been racist, have always been bigots, prejudiced, have never liked black people, have never liked people of color. Now they're walking around with their chest out like, yo, we got the guy that we needed to have in office, even though Donald Trump does not support half of white America that is not the 1%. Keep that in mind. But white folks are going to have to learn the hard way. Understand that. So now you have a owner speaking out against why these Negroes protest, and if these Negroes protest, how this is going to affect the prison system that they have, because they are the inmates and this is the prison, and they are very right and correct. Bob McNair, you're correct, and I'm thanking you for speaking your truth and telling the Negroes exactly who they are. You Negroes are just cattle and inmates on the asylum. Nothing more, nothing less. You should have always understood that. When Colin Kaepernick took the stand, y'all should have stood with him. And now y'all got these loose-lipped owners telling you how they feel. Shut up, play the game, and leave me alone with this bullshit. You're not going to disrespect a flag or a national anthem, something that protects me from being a rich pig in this capitalistic system. I'm going to love something that protects me, that honors me, that lets me and allows me to have my privilege, my white privilege. So what y'all Negroes gonna do about it is what I'm gonna ask. The next part is, what are y'all Negroes going to do now? A lame excuse, a lame apology, you stop it. Negro, I'm telling you, and I've told you guys before, and I'm gonna say it again. The only way we get any respect is, one, we got to create our own and have ownership. And two, y'all niggas really got to sit your asses down and not play the game. Economically, we have to punch them in the face. And the way you punch them in the face is say, we ain't playing. That's all you have to say. We ain't playing. Because it's always been bigger than the flag. And now y'all see what Colin Kaepernick was talking about. Now y'all see what many of us who have been standing against the oppressor and standing against injustice, inequality in this capitalist system that is based and breaded off white supremacy, what we have been saying for years. You now get it. The systematic oppression that allows certain folks to continue to win and allows certain folks to continue to be blinded is now slapping those Negroes who have had that sense of security, who didn't think that this had anything to do with them, who's probably wishing Colin Kaepernick never took that stance, because now some of y'all already know how these owners feel, but we're playing the role like, shit, he's paying me millions, oh well. It's just like a lot of us who know that a lot of these Asian folks that do our feet, shit, they looking at our feet and probably talking crazy in their native language. A lot of these Arabs, Arabics that we go to their store, they probably talking crazy to us as we go and get a blunt wrapper or some alcohol or an orange juice in their store. I mean, we all fall into the same category because we should all boycott all these things until we create our own, or until we get the respect that we deserve. But here's the flash news. My men and my sisters of the NFL, the perfect storm is here to right the wrongs and to show white supremacy. We shall not take the bullshit. We are not the prisoners, but we do run the asylum. That you are an owner of a team that we created, that we built. The perfect time is to boycott. Sit your ass down and say, we ain't playing. I heard one Texan player didn't practice, but practice ain't enough. Let's show the whole world. Let's piss off some fans, because them fans be really agitated that a lot of Negroes is taking this stance. But let's piss off some fans and let the players not only not come out for the national anthem, don't come out for the game at all, period. Show these motherfuckers who's boss, because that's the only way we're going to win this thing. We got to show motherfuckers who's boss. You got to utilize the power that you have, and that power is those owners need you to play that football game. There ain't no way they're going to be able to find some scab players to go play that game. I hope brothers got their money up. I hope some of y'all have some guaranteed contracts, but you have to stand. You must make a stand, and you must hit them where it hurts, and that's in the pocket. And that's the only reason why they care. They don't care about the national anthem. They don't care about no flag. That's all smokescreen. These owners care about their money and how it looks. They personally could give two shits about it. They just know that at the end of the day, when all that advertising money slows up and folks start complaining and they're not coming to the games, because, white folks always be sensitive all the time anyway about certain shit like this. Patriotic bullshit. So cats will say whatever. Shut up and play the game. No, we're not going to shut up and play the game. We're going to shut down this game because we built this game. There is no way any of these sports can move without black people. Period. And we should understand that, and we should practice that power and show them what it really does when we do decide to say we don't want to play and sit our asses down. You have Donald Sterling Part 2 right here. It's been happening. You got Jerry Jones acting up. You got the Miami Dolphins owner acting up. And then you got a owner, the Texans owner right here, that is basically flat out said exactly what all these owners are talking and thinking about. This is how they feel. They don't want to lose power and control, and they don't want, again, you Negroes are the inmates, and you Negroes are in prison. Just like that, flat out. If a man can go to work like that, after he knows how his owner feels about him, his boss feels about him, and you call yourself a man, I call you a coward and a silly ass Negro. And you don't stand for nothing. Because it got to be more than just money. The black people, black America, your children are looking at you right now and asking you what's going to be your best move. And your best move is to sit down. Boycott the game. More truth than you can handle.